There was a really magical moment in Fulham history when Fulham had been in the lower divisions for quite a period of time. And when we were climbing the leagues, we suddenly got this influx of players that had played at the highest level for a long period of time. And there was a beautiful moment, I remember it, Ivan, because I was a teenager, where there was all these players you'd seen off the TV, elite players suddenly playing for and at Fulham. And it genuinely had a moment of feeling like cinema. One of those footballers was Bjarne Goldbæk, who'd been playing for Chelsea very recently. And he just typified that Fulham would go in places. And we got him, didn't we?
We did. We got him on the pod. I just love that phrase. It feels like cinema, and that's exactly what it did. It really did in that moment. And got that man on the pod. Got him down, talking about some incredible times for Fulham. I mean, just such a nice guy.
I can still see him running down the right flank at Craven Cottage, but here he is with us now, Bjarne Goldbæk. All right, Bjarne Goldbæk, welcome back to Craven Cottage, my friend. How you doing?
Thank you. So far, so good.
Mate, it's really lovely to see you. I guess the best place to start is when you look at Craven Cottage, you obviously played for Fulham, 80, 100 times. What are your instant memories when you look out next? I can see you on the right flank when I look at that pitch.
Very small, very intimate stadium, like a big family, actually. I've been playing in several clubs in Germany and in England and Denmark, but if I should pick a club, the most familiar club, that would be Fulham.
Really?
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's always that. I mean, a lot of players say that. They've got that kind of family feel. And did you feel like that when you were here? Did you feel like part of a family?
Yeah, I very much identified myself with the club. The first half year was not easy. I came in the winter break. Mm-hmm. Ray Wilkins actually persuaded me to go because I needed games to stay in the Danish national team.
Oh.
So I moved over here to play right fullback, but there was a Steve Finnan, young Steve Finnan here. Yeah. He was a much better right back than me, so it only took a couple of weeks, so we switched. So I played the right midfield with Steve Finnan behind me. But the first half season with Paul Bracewell, it was not really fun here because we were not competitive to promote anything.
Yeah.
And I came because they told me the story about being promoted.
Yeah.
But it changed totally when Tigana came in.
Yeah.
That was a new era.
Well, I think that's a good place just to start quickly, because when you joined us, you'd been playing Champions League football. And you came to a Fulham team that was struggling in the Championship. We'd gone 8 games, I think, with hardly scoring a goal. I think we scored once.
And it was an own goal, wasn't it? Yeah, one own goal in 8 games.
And your debut, we get beat by Grimsby 1-0. So did you have a moment when you signed, you're like, what have I, like, where have I landed?
From Champions League to losing to Grimsby.
You must have had a moment where you're freaking out a bit.
First time you felt the big difference was, of course, on the training ground.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you have the first match, and I remember, didn't remember it was Grimsby, but I remember we lost, and I was sitting in the dressing room afterwards, and I thought, oh my God, there is a long way to Premier League right now.
Yeah.
And we were not competitive with in that constellation, that team, that coach. But when Tigana came in with a couple of new players, but more or less the same players from the season before, total different story.
Yeah.
So when you just decided to join Fulham, because I know that hadn't you had an offer as well from Nottingham Forest at that time, and you'd rejected that. Yep. What was it then about Fulham? Was a big part of it the not wanting to relocate? Possibly you were quite settled in this area.
Yeah, there was 2 things. That was the one thing, not relocating, because I thought my family. It's not their fault that I'm not good enough to play for Chelsea any longer. So that could be the way to stay in the location we lived. We lived in Virginia Water, just outside. And the other thing was that I bought in on this promotion story. Yeah. And we have a ownership. He will invest a lot, and we will go straight up to the Premier League. So that was what I bought into. I said, okay, I invest a year, 1.5 year, or maybe only half a year in my career, and I will be back.
Yeah,
in that, and I needed games for the Danish national team as well for the Euro 2000.
Right.
Yeah.
And you said that Ray, which is really lovely to hear that Ray spoke to you, and it was was it with quite a lot of fondness. Obviously he's part of our history, but I think he'd had a spell with us, and we'd had to let him go just before, but he was still talking with such fondness and stuff.
Yes, very positive, and really nice guy. I really liked him a lot. And he said to me, Bjarne, go there. That's a good club. You can definitely go there. That will be good for you. Yeah. So I trusted him very much on that as well. Yeah. And and I bought into that story promotion.
And were those words ringing around your head when you're sitting in that dressing room having lost 1-0 to Grimsby?
Yeah,
You're
Ray,
like, damn it, Ray, what have you done?
In January, in a very cold January day, and I thought, oh my God, this is not going to be promotion, never ever.
It was also quite unusual to move from Chelsea to Fulham. We can't think of a lot of players that have done that, gone from Chelsea directly to Fulham.
That's a good point.
Was that in your head at all? That sort of, not really?
Not really. I was just thinking egoistic and pragmatic, what is best for myself.
Yeah.
I had offers from a couple of Premier League clubs at that time, but that would be like moving to Nottingham or moving to, I think it was Leicester at that time as well. So I just thought, no, we don't want to relocate, and I would invest that half season or 1.5 season. I'll be back in the Premier League, and 1.5 season it was, and then we were back.
God, yeah, it was spot on, wasn't it?
So quick.
Did you try having a conversation at any point with your wife and your family where you went, listen, how about Nottingham? I know we're very settled here. Was there any type of push for going, how would you feel about a different part of the UK?
I went to Nottingham with my wife and watched the house, and we met David Platt, who was a manager at that time.
Okay,
wow.
Nice.
But it was actually me deciding, no, we don't want to go here. But it was nice up there.
Yeah.
I actually think they got relegated that season, so that would have been a bad move anyway.
Yeah.
But we went up and had a look at it, and and then I decided, we decided we stay here. But it was my own decision. I was not pushed from anyone else.
Right,
When's the last time you had David Platt?
I know, I love David.
It was
Platt.
great. Yeah, that must have been very cool. Sorry, I know that's
He was a good mate of Gianluca Vialli. And
Okay,
Vialli said to him, well, you can go for Bjarne for sure. You get a good player if you go for him. Yeah. And I actually scored 2 goals against Nottingham just a couple of months before. So.
Ready for Chelsea in the shop window.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say you came for game time to play because you became the first, I don't know if you noticed, the first Fulham player to play in the Euros as a Fulham player.
Ah, okay.
There had never been anyone before you.
Okay. I just remember when I came back from Euro, I went straight to Clairefontaine in France, this training facility.
Yeah.
And we were training so hard. And it was very new for the English players, not for me, because I've been playing in the Bundesliga before.
Yeah.
And in training camp, you were used to train 3 times a day. But the English players, they thought it was a joke when he put 3 training sessions on the board.
Yeah.
So
great.
the first morning, not all of them came up.
Was that a huge difference between Bracewell and Tigana?
Yeah.
Huge difference
in
intensity.
In everything. Intensity, level. It was so much more professional. There was a respect and aura around Tigana. He was not speaking very good English, but there was a respect around him as well.
Yeah.
And he just persuaded the players from the beginning to play a different style of football. And he said, if it's not working, it's my fault. So just go and do it. It's my risk. It's my fault.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we played a different style of football. And of course, he had some good signings coming in as well, like Louis Saha and John Collins and Luis Bomorte.
Yeah.
So of course, we were a better team, but the main thing was the new coach.
But you and Steve Finnan had a bit of a telepathy, didn't you? There was an understanding between you because if I remember rightly, you saw sometimes you play right hand side and you play almost on the right of a diamond at times as well at Fulham. Like
it was just amazing to play in that midfield because it was technically gifted players, all of the midfielders, and we switched a lot of positions with Clarkey and with
Sean Davis,
young player coming through as well.
Yeah,
and with John Collins. It was just big fun.
Yeah,
because we dominated most of the games. And Steve Finnan was, of course, really great to have behind me because he could run all day, and you could give him the ball for the cross, and you didn't even have to go back and cover. He just ran back and covered himself again afterwards.
He was a fantastic player, wasn't he?
He had a great career, winning Champions League with Liverpool afterwards.
Yeah. Would you say that, obviously, when you join certain clubs and playing for certain teams, you always have like a special partnership with one particular player? Would you say that's the best partnership you've had?
Good question.
Yeah, because he was really so reliable. He never played a bad match, and he could run all day long, and he had a good cross, and he was that much younger than me. He was willing to run. It was a great combination.
Hadn't quite got sort of that lazy thing going. You're like, no, you do the running.
He actually used me as a 1-2 touch, and then he could cross and he could run back again.
My God,
it's so interesting because I was sort of a teenager at the time, and I remember watching this Fulham team. Your Fulham team that year, and it was almost like you were cartoon characters because you were so much stronger, so much more competitive than everyone. And because Fulham had a period, I don't know if you're aware of it, it'd been really bad at Fulham for about 10, 15, 20 years. So there was almost a sense of disbelief from an older generation of what they were seeing. And it was just like a really surreal season. Have you had a season of football like that?
That was my most interesting. I was German champion with Kaiserslautern in one season.
Yeah, Bundesliga.
Yeah, but this one, if I should look back at my career, the most interesting season because we dominated that much, and it was so big fun to play. And we were just fitter than the other teams as well due to this training of Tigana, and we were technically better than the other teams, and we were just dominating it. It was just big fun. It was not about winning; it was about how we won as well. We won a lot of matches, like 5-0, 4-1, or whatever. Never a question we will win, and the last 20 minutes of every game, they were knocked out physically, the teams we played against, because we just played around them.
That's the thing that's missed quite often, isn't it? That we think about you as technically brilliant, but you actually worked a lot harder.
Oh yeah, we were definitely fitter than the other teams. Definitely,
yeah. And I think you're part of that famous Sean Davis goal at Blackburn. Do you remember it being part of it?
I remember winning up 1-0 up there. Roof was sent off.
Yeah.
And we were running our socks off the whole second half.
Yeah.
And Roof sitting in the locker room and not having a good time, but we won for him at that one, yeah.
And you did it. Was it you set up? Was it to Clark?
I can't remember, but
you're part of a move. Yeah, Sean Davis scored.
You know,
it's a counter attack.
Okay. I just remember we worked our socks off, and it was a big win because it was like everybody knew at that time. Okay, we are through now.
Yeah.
And I think Graham Soon is manager at that time.
He was,
Yeah, and I remember Tigana, not big fan of him. He really wanted to beat him.
Why is that? Do you know why? Do you remember any of the drama there?
I think he came up with some comments about Tigana and our team before, and we just showed him with 10
And you don't remember what those comments were?
I can't remember anymore.
Is that true? Yeah.
But if they were that dirty that he was on the pitch, it must have been dirty, yeah?
Well, yeah, it must have been. We need to find out what he said about our beloved him. It's a hard thing to...
Sooner said that he thought they were the better team, the best team in the league or something.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
He said something like
Either
that.
way, yeah. He's obviously...
That triggered us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But then you really have got... So you must, again, that moment when you're going back to when you first sign and you're playing a very different style and the Bracewell and you've lost 1-0 at Instagram, then you must be a very surreal moment to see how quickly it did turn around, how spot on Ray Wilkins would have been with his comments there, you know?
Yeah. It was really, really surreal, as you said, to see how much we could progress within a couple of months preparation. Of course, we had some good signings, but it was more or less, the core of the team was the same players, but they were just playing different level, different style.
Yeah.
And it was so much more fun.
Did you ever play, just out of interest, in a different position? Because my memory of you is that you smashed the ball. Like when you score goals, like you really put your foot through it like a rocket. Do you ever play as a centre forward or anything? As a child or anything like that?
When I was younger, when I started playing as a professional in Schalke 04 in Germany, I played like a number 10 playmaker.
Yeah.
And then when I got older, it was number 8, and I actually finished in Germany in the second Bundesliga as a number 6. Right. In the Danish national team, I played right fullback a couple of times.
Oh,
but mostly it was just running box to box as a number 8.
Yeah. And were you taking things from Tigana's team back into the Danish national team? Was there anything that you'd say like, do you know what I mean, was landing?
No, I think, it was technically good in the Danish team as well, but we were not able to dominate like we dominated here in the league.
Yeah.
And I think much of that dominance was due to our fitness as well.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. You hear the stories of the fitness, the discipline that I think that was quite new at the time. It was in it Arsene Wenger that was one of the first to bring that kind of style across. Yeah. So then to have that, I suppose in a team in the championship,
thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole club was turned around when Tigana came. It was different food, better training pitches, better coaching. Everything was on a different level.
Yeah.
And he was very charismatic himself. Even he didn't speak very good English, but there was an aura and respect around him.
Oh, I love that.
And obviously it's such a fun time for us as fans, that whole period. You know, like I said, we used to watch in disbelief, like we were watching cartoon characters, like it just wasn't real. You know, are you still in touch with a lot of the players, or even in Tigana himself? Do you because you're still involved in the game, obviously in different ways now. Are you in touch with any of those guys?
No, not really. I've only been like couple of comments on some of the social medias and with Luis Saha and with Rufus Brevet and that's really it. Edwin van der Sar. But he came later, of course.
You're an agent now for players.
I've been there for 20 years now.
20 years. And so how was that? Did you always know were you thinking about this when you were playing football?
No, not at all. When I stopped playing football, I was really looking forward to stop, and I stopped when I was nearly 37, and I stopped on my own. I could have played one more year in the second Bundesliga, but I thought, no, enough is enough, and I could feel in training the younger players getting quicker and quicker, and from being like a dominant player, I was just like a squad player, and I thought, no, that's it.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to, and I had a lot of offers from different companies doing all kind of stuff, and a lot of interesting things. But I just went pragmatic and got an offer from a big Scandinavian agency, and signed a 3-year deal, worked 3 years for them, and since then I have been self-employed.
Right. And you felt like you understood how it was to be a player, so it was an easy. Because I don't. Not many players become agents.
It's quite rare.
It's not that easy. Most players, they want to be a coach or they want to be an agent or whatever.
Yeah.
But you have to bring something to the table if you want to be that. And I'm quite, I wouldn't say proud, but I've seen a lot of people come and go in this agent business.
Yeah.
And now I've been in that for 20 years, and it's actually better than ever for me.
Right.
So does that include, for you, does it include scouting? Are you finding you're going to different areas, you're checking the players out, or have you got scouts that sort of do that for you?
Well, every company does that different.
Yeah.
I like to work with the coaches because they know the players better. They see them every day in training. So I'm actually taking care of 4 coaches and 8 players. So that's mostly the way I get new players in the company.
Right.
Through coaches, through recommendation, one player recommend another one. But of course, you get thrilled sometime when you watch a game with younger players and wow, he's interesting.
Yeah.
I was watching Luzern, that's where I live in Switzerland, under 21 of Luzern the other day. Wow, there was a player, I liked him straight away. So then you're of course trying to investigate who's that player, is he available?
Yeah.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Do you ever is it anything like, so it's a really dumb, naive question, anything like the movies where agencies in like entertainment, it's like, send them a fruit basket, send something to the family, try and sweet talk them, a signed match worn shirt by someone. Do you ever have to do anything like that?
Well, I have, because I'm a small company, I try to be very close to the players.
Yeah.
So I visit them quite often. I think that's important.
Yeah.
See all their games. You obviously can't see them live or in tele, all of them, but then you can watch them the day after on different, like Y-Scout, different devices. But they do get a Christmas present and a birthday present so far, yeah.
And depending on how good they are, I bet that present gets bigger and bigger.
Exactly.
PS5, all the games, 5 controllers.
Do you feel yourself drawn to players that were similar to you?
No, not really. No,
not really.
Actually, the other way around. I like a player who's big and strong and can hit because I couldn't do that. Or if someone is extremely whatever. I'm just looking if they have something special. That's interesting.
Yeah.
The average player who has a little bit of everything, yes.
Yeah.
That's good as well. But if a player got something special, then you get thrilled.
Is it a completely different universe? Because when you joined Fulham here, this stand didn't exist. There was a lot of terracing. Yeah. It was only a few years previous at Fulham that it had been in the bottom tier of.
Yeah, they have bought themselves through the leagues just before I came. Yeah,
exactly. So do you think that your time as a footballer is not comparable really to modern football now? Is it a completely different universe?
It's kind of, yes, because I have seen a lot of clubs now with the players around Europe. And I'm not jealous of the players, all the money they earn. Of course, I would have liked to earn that money as well, but I'm not jealous of that. I'm jealous about the training facilities, the stadium, the media around, and it's so much bigger. Everything is much more intense. But on the other hand, they have no freedom outside the pitch.
Yeah.
At least we could go having a beer, and nobody knew.
Yeah.
Unlucky if somebody knew, but you could go have a beer, nobody knew.
Yeah. Not the same.
No, they don't have a private life anymore. Because
talking about having a beer,
I was about to say, one of us has to ask this question.
What do you remember about Wimbledon Village? Did you ever go out with Lee Clark and Sean Davis and everyone
I have been to Wimbledon Village, but not that often.
Right, okay.
And it was not with the hardcore, like Clarky and
party boys.
Yeah. It was more like the less drinking next level with Karl-Heinz Riedle and these guys.
Oh, Karl-Heinz Riedle. Were you close with him? I miss Karl-Heinz Riedle.
I've actually met him quite a lot since then,
Yeah,
he's lived in Switzerland for a long time as well.
Right.
He's now living in Italy and Germany.
Man.
Yeah.
That's great.
Such a great time for Fulham Football Club.
Oh, unbelievable.
It's just like the names, it's brilliant.
Unbelievable. Obviously, you're back here today.
But I like a beer. Don't get me wrong.
No, we get it. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Just not 400.
Yeah, don't worry. He's not managing you anymore, Tigana. You can't get in trouble. So obviously back here, Forever Fulham Award today. What does that mean to you to be? Because the fans obviously loved you here, and you know, what does it mean to be stepping on, especially at a game like Fulham Chelsea?
Yeah, big game.
Because Chelsea, they loved you there as well. So to be coming here for a game like that and to be receiving an award, you know.
Looking very much forward to it, and I am excited. I'm thrilled. I'm honored. I'm grateful, and on top of that, a little bit proud as well.
Of course.
Oh, that's fantastic. And who can I ask again? You know, we don't know what the score's obviously going to be. This is happening just before the game. You know, hoping a very good match. You know, who are you going to be cheering on today? There's only really,
of course, Fulham, because I spent 3.5 years here, and
Yeah.
at Chelsea it was 1.5 year. Not even 1.5 year.
Okay.
And of course, I was more influential in Fulham than I was in Chelsea. Chelsea was really a nice adventure as well.
Yeah.
But this family aspect you got into here because you were here that long as well, and because success, of course, gets you together as well.
Yeah, of course.
So of course, I got more relations and emotional relations to Fulham as well.
If Bjarne, if you are in an all-time Fulham team on the right-hand side and there's 4 in midfield and you have to pick the rest of the midfield, who are you choosing? I'm going to throw some names at you. Obviously, your players, Clark Davis, John Collins, but we've also had midfielders like
Scott Parker,
Scott Parker,
yeah, good one.
Moussa Dembele,
Steve Sidwell,
Lewis Boamorte.
I won't pick
Steve
Boamorte
Mabronk.
because he took my place a lot of matches.
Who did Steve?
No, Boamorte.
okay, he's out.
Did he play the right? Yeah,
Get rid of him.
exactly.
Get rid of him.
Yeah. No, he was a good player, strong player, but he was like taking over my position by time. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need him.
Right, yeah, we don't want him.
Polina
Yeah,
would
João
be
Polina.
another good one. Who,
Oh, this is where you always put. We need to have a list of these written down, don't we?
It's so difficult to judge because you have played with some of the players, you're more emotional to them, but some other players have played on a higher level, on a longer time. I have a lot of respect for that.
Yeah.
And some players didn't maybe even peak in Fulham, they peaked somewhere else.
Yeah.
Man, Luis Zaha was a great player here, but he maybe peaked in Man United.
Yeah.
Great Edwin van der Sar was a good player here, but he peaked at Man United.
Yeah.
Steve Finnan peaked at Liverpool.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to judge sometimes who was the best at that time.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So all we're saying is no Boamorte.
That's the answer to that question. As long as it's not Boa, I'll play next to anyone.
No. He's a good guy. It was just like I remember when I got older. Every time I saw my number 19 up, oh God, Boamorte is coming for me.
Yeah.
So
Did you find it hard replacing the adrenaline of being a footballer afterwards? Did you get
it took me really a year, I think.
Yeah.
The first year after you stopped playing, I remember going to FC Copenhagen a lot at that time, and I saw Schalke 04 because I was living there. I thought I could still play there, but you can't. But you still think I could play that level, but you can't any longer.
Yeah.
So it took a little bit of time to. I mean, I was looking forward to finish, and I finished by my own decision, not to an injury, and that was nice.
Yeah.
But still, it took a year to find myself because it's a very big transformation going into the next period of your life.
Of course.
And I underestimated that.
Really underestimated it.
Yeah.
And do you have that feeling still? Do you have yearning when you watch today where you think, oh...
No. Now I'm definitely gone with that. The only thing I'm missing is the atmosphere from the locker room.
Yeah.
Winning 1-0 away in a away game, rainy, playing shitty, but it's a good feeling. Or coming in after training and just having a laugh with the other teammates.
Yeah.
That's what you're missing.
I
don't miss the training or the travel or
I bet.
because you realize your body is not prepared for that any longer.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, we miss you, man, at Fulham, and I know that everyone's going to be really happy to see you today.
I'm really grateful that I'm getting that honor, and as I said, I'm really thrilled and grateful and all that stuff, and on top a little bit proud because you don't get that for free. You have done something or behaved in a good way and worked your socks off or whatever.
Absolutely.
I was not the most talented player in Fulham's history, but at least when you work honest and proper, you might even get that award.
Yeah. You really remembered that way. But actually, I would say you are remembered as one of the most talented players in that period of Fulham's history. So
you barely missed a game under Tigana.
I think I enjoyed it that much because it was at the autumn of my career as well. So I enjoyed every training. I enjoyed every match because how many years ago? Is it 1 more season, 2 more seasons? So I enjoyed it so much.
That's great.
On behalf of all the Fulham fans, thank you. And also, I'd like to congratulate myself for not singing Bjarne at you, which has been in my head the whole time I've been sat here watching you.
You sung it a few times before you came in, for sure.
The whole of Hammersmith used to sing it at you every week. So it's lovely to see you back, man, and enjoy today.
Thank you so much. I am really excited, and not only about the match, but this grateful award as well.
Bjarne Goldbæk, what a guy, great interview, just lovely to catch up with him.
Bjarne, that's all I've got to say on the matter.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Next up, really important player, Stan Horn, first ever black player for Fulham, played with some greats as well, Johnny Haynes.
George Cohen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just a wonderful
captain.
player. Fulham captain, played some just really important times as well with the club, during relegation and all sorts, and just great to have him on, and what a lovely guy as well.
We'll see you next time with Stan Horn.